Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So here we would like to present a report on functional and non-functional requirements analysis in the development of the PKKMB information system module on the SSO website of Universitas Negeri Surabaya. Okay. Before that, I would like to introduce our group members. First, Yohana Novianti Shanipar, NIM 002, Faikra Yismalano 025, Agni Eski Ramadhani, NIM 031, Azara Anggarista Yuan Putri 032, Farel Farika Firjato Raza 034. Okay. First, for the background, modern universities require integrated information system to support academic and student activities. At UNESA, the single sign-on SSO has already been implemented as the main access point to various digital campus service. Meanwhile, PKKMB is an important enabler even for new students, but it still faces several challenges in its implementation. Therefore, a PKKMB module integrated with UNESA SSO is needed to provide easier access, more secure and sensor data, as well as more efficient registration and validation process. This module must be designed with attention to business aspect, functional and non-functional requirements, and is to future development. Okay. For the problem formulation, first, how is the current PKKMB business process at UNESA carried out, from registration to reporting? Second, what functional requirements must the PKKMB module have to effectively and efficient support the PKKMB process within the UNESA SSO framework? Third, what non-functional requirements must be PKKMB module fulfill so that the system runs reliably and provides a good user experience? How should the PKKMB module be designed and integrated into UNESA's SSO to prevent data duplication, poor synchronization, and access barriers for new students? And then, what problems need to be anticipation in the development of the PKKMB module within UNESA SSO? Okay, for the objective, to describe and map the PKKMB business process at UNESA from registration to reporting in order to obtain comprehensive understanding of the platform and relate stakeholders' rules. Second is to determine the functional requirements of the PKKMB module needed to support registration, verification, text submission, assessment, notification, complements, and reporting effectively and efficiently within the UNESA SSO environment. Third, to identify the non-functional requirements that must be fulfilled so that the PKKMB module operates reliably, securely, and provides a good user experience. And to design the integration module of the PKKMB module into UNESA SSO system to ensure data synchronization, minimize duplication, and provide convenient access with single account for user. And to identify challenge, obstacles, and risks, both technical and operational, that may arise in developing the PKKMB module, as well as to formulate recommendation or mitigation strategies to ensure the system runs stably and meets user needs. For the benefit for the student, easy to access single account. Students can only need a single account to access all PKKMB service and other campus system. Reduce login barriers, no need to remember multiple credentials, and avoids repeat login issues. And for the committee and campus administration, first, simplify administration process, streamlines the entire operational workflow from registration, verification, attention, tax submission, and reporting. Second, increase operational efficiency. Administrative tasks become faster and more efficient thanks to a centralized system. Third, real-time monitoring and transparency enables real-time monitoring of process, supports faster decision-making, and provides responsive handling of issues.
Chapter 2, Theoretical Framework. First, Information System. An information system is a set of components that interact with one another to collect, process, store, and distribute information. According to Mayasari et al., the implementation of academic management information system plays an important role in improving service quality because it enhances data accuracy and accelerates administrative service. This shows that an information system is not only about technical device but also serve as a strategic tool in decision making at universities. The rapid development of information technology has made information system more accessible, even through mobile device. Harap et al. Developed a web-based academic system using the Rapid Application Development or RAD method to adjust to the dynamic and fast-changing needs of universities. Logically, it is also clear that without an information system, universities will struggle to manage thousands of data from students, lectures, and administration simultaneously. Manual systems are prone to errors, data duplication, and delays in information. With an integrated information system, all data can be accessed in real time more securely and more easily by all involved parties. Next, system analysis. System analysis is a crucial early stage in the software development process. Vidakdo et al. Explain that in designing an information system for MBKM activities, system analysis is necessary to ensure that the system development aligns with the actual needs of users. Analysis is carried out through a series of steps such as identifying problems, requirements, and possible technology solution. Just like in medicine, system analysis act as a diagnosis stage before treatment is given. Without the right diagnosis, the treatment will not be effective. Similarly, in information systems, if the analysis is inaccurate, the resulting system might fail to be used properly even if it functions technically. This stage also helps reduce the risk of major revisions once the system is built. In other words, the better the analysis, the smaller the change of significant rework that would require more time, cost, and energy. Next, functional and non-functional requirements. System requirements are divided into two major categories: functional and non-functional. Harhab et al. State that many academic systems fail to be widely adopted because non-functional aspects, especially usability and reliability, are often overlooked. Functional requirements define what the system must do. For example, new student registration through the portal, digital attendance using QR codes, online assignment submission, activity report submission for both committees and students. Meanwhile, non-functional requirements focus more on the quality of the system itself, such as system speed when accessed by many users, security of student data, consistent display across different devices, ease of use for new students. In practice, systems with complete features may still fail if non-functional aspects are neglected. Therefore, both functional and non-functional requirements must be well integrated to ensure that the system is not only functional but also reliable and user-friendly. Next, information system design. System design is the next stage after analysis, where user needs are translated into technical design. The design of academic information system must focus on user experience so that students can easily use the system in a simple and intuitive way. In addition, Noyari et al. Highlight that the performance of Canvas system must be optimized to remain stable even when the number of users increase significantly. This is especially important during new student enrollment or orientation periods when system traffic usually spikes. Beyond research findings, in practice, a good system is not only about the user interface design but also about flexibility and scalability. Campus needs systems that can accommodate the growth of student data without compromising performance. A modular design also allows developers to update features without having to rebuild the entire system. Next concept related to PKKMB. PKKMB is an orientation program aimed at introducing new students to academic life, university values, and available facilities. According to Alfatoni et al., implementing PKKMB in the form of a virtual event provides a more effective and efficient experience, especially when face-to-face activities are limited. The digitalization of PKKMB offers several benefits, including ease of access to information, administrative efficiency, and adaptive experience. For new students, PKKMB is the first gateway to campus life. Therefore, the first impression given by the digital PKKMB system greatly influences their perception of the university's quality. If the system runs smoothly, responsively, and informatively, students will feel more prepared to face campus life. On the other hand, if the system is slow and confusing, it can create frustration from the very beginning.
Hello everyone, I will presenting chapter 3 of our analysis is system recruitment analysis for the PPKMB module. Okay, in the first, this image is business process. The sections outline of workflow involving three main actors: admin, committee, and participant of our student. The process began with system configuration with and student data synchronization, multiple content management, notification delivery, validation of attendance and task, assessment by committee, and conclusion with the issues of denial of digital certificate. Okay, and then the PPKMB module business process at UNISA SSO is generally covered as follows. The image above figure 3.1 show the start of the PPKMB system business process beginning with configuration state and synchronization of participant data from the student database. Third of the by admin. Next, the committee review content management notification of incoming segment and then immediately respond with verification. The system record waiting time for the answer. If the answer doesn't lead for verification or validation of attendance, the committee can re-evaluate and re-verify until the participant is success process. And then the committee assessment participant scores, the result of the assignment are directly visible by the system for determining whether the student meets the graduation requirement that have been uploaded for the system to process. If the participant pass, a digital certificate will be available to download. However, if the system declares the student failed, the certificate will not be available. In summary, this illustration the involvement of three main actors is admin, PPKMB committee, and student in the application system that is more structured, transparent, and well documented. Okay, this is 3.2 functional recruitment. To achieve active functional recruitment, based the system goals, we use data collection. So a question, Google form, as for the admin, committee, and student were used as the basic for functional recruitment planning based on exciting condition and user needs. The following are results of the questionnaire that have been obtained. Okay, the image 3.2 is this bar chart validation. The core system functional are heavily utilized. The highest ranking feature is present essential survive to participant and solve be prioritized for continuous optimization and maintenance stability. And then the figure 3.3 is less like features. This critical chart clearly identifies our poor use experience or UX. The feature listen require immediate design review and refinement to address user disactivation and increase overall module assembly. Okay, this is image 3.4. This high percentage encoding is very important. Confirm that timely and reliable notification is a key requirement. This feedback insert the notification effectiveness must be prioritized to maintain high user engagement and system refines. The image 3.5 is the discuss forum feature. This chart suggests significant user interest in peer-to-peer interaction. Integrating a secure discussion on chat forum would be valuable addition to enhance collaboration and mentorship within the module. The image 3.6 is desired future. This bar chart captures future development priority directly from the user base. The most frequently requires feature should be analyzed as strong candidate for the system next path of development. Okay, this is 3.3 functional requirement details. The function requirement define the main service that must be available in the PPKMB module system based on the UNESA's new student-oriented process. These needs are detailed as follow. Okay, this is 3.3.1 authentication and access right management. The system must be fully integrated with UNESA's single sign-on or SSO, allowing students to log in using their UNESA account. Admin committee members have different universal access rights. Admin manage global data, while committee members only manage content and assessment according to their file. This applies to duplicate account and maintaining data integrity. 3.3.2 is PPKMB participant registration and validation. Student data is automatically drawn and synchronized from academic database. The system needs to perform status validation, confirming a student eligibility to join the PPKMB. The student must also support re-enrollment if a student fails to register previously. The point 3.3 is PPKMB content management. The committee can manage orientation content, schedule, activity, and material through the image, document, video, or other information media present attractively and easy understood by new students. 3.3.4 is digital presence or attendance. Attendance can be recorded using two methods: QR code scan or manual entry via the dashboard. The system code or token to facilitate to committee in monitoring student participant. 3.3.5 is assessment and activity submission. Student will upload assessment files or fill out answer from according to committee instruction. The system record the date and time of submission. The committee will then provide assessment directly through the dashboard. 3.3.6 is notification and information. The system must provide real-time notification either as pop-ups on the notification, include information on schedule, submission, deadline, assessment result, evaluation, or general announcement. Okay, this is 3.3.7 is score and evaluation process. The system calculates score by on presence and assessment result. Graduation criteria are determined according to committee regulation. For example, a minimum score is 75%. The system must automatically display the status pass or fail to the student. 3.3.8 is digital certificate issuance. This is the participant who pass will receive an official electronic certificate, which must be equipped with a QR code digital signature to prevent the document from being forgotten by external parties. 3.3.9 is reporting and monitoring. Admin and committee can explore attendance, course, and enrollment list report in Excel or PDF format. The feature support documentation and monitoring report for university management. Is 3.4 non-functional recruitment. In addition to functional needs, the survey result is also provide an overview the system quality aspects such as performance, reliability, security, and usability. These aspects are illustrated in the following diagram. Okay, this is the image 3.7 is system loading time sprint. This chart measures use perception of the system performance. The result directly indicate whether the system is meeting unexpected speed standard, with its non-functional requirement critical for user specification. The figure is 3.8 is of PPKMB module use. Okay, this analyze assessment that usability of the interface, navigation, and information layout. A strong positive response, validation the current UI UX design, while negative feedback highlights specific areas to improvement. The figure 3.9 is PPKMB module security. This chart doses user confidence in the data system ability to protect their data personnel and segment. High confidence is crucial and in the indication of user that requires immediate reinforcement of security protocol and communication. And the last is figure 3.10 is PPKMB module user interface of or UI. In this figure is focusing on portability. In this chart, confirm the UI consistent and accessibility on more device. A strong positive result validation the effectiveness of this responsive design, meeting the non-functional requirement for the access across multiple platforms. Okay, this is 3.5 is non-functional requirement analyze. In addition to the main function, the system must meet non-functional requirement to be safe, reliable, and easy to use. Based on the result of the questionnaire and quality analyze, the non-functional requirement that must be met are as follow is 3.5.1 is usability or is to use. One, the interface must be simple, intuitive, and consistent, as the majority of the user are new student unfamiliar with the campus system. Two, menu button must be clearly understandable, such as dashboard, present, assignment, and certificate. And the last, the system must be provide a user manual and FIQ so that new students are not confused. Number 3.5.2 reliability or system dependability. 1. The student must be able to operate without error. Even when accessed simply, especially on the first day of PPKMB. 2. Data regard presence, core, and assignment must be not lost or deleted. 3. Need to implement backup data recovery at the server. And number 4, the system. The system must support recovery in the event of the network server failure. Okay, this is 3.5.3 is perform the first is maximum responsive must be 3 seconds per request. The second is system must be able to handle minimum of 5,000 to 10,000 simulation access without decrease in performance. Number 3. The process of uploading and downloading a segment of certificate must be smooth with a maximum file size of 50 MB. 3.5.4 is portability and accessibility. The first is the system is web-based and responsive and can be accessed via various devices, is desktop, laptop, tablet, or smartphone. Number 2, compatible with popular web browsers such as Chrome, Edge, and Firefox. And number 3, future integration with the mobile SSO application is necessary. And the last is 3.5.5 security. The first is login must use Unisa SSO authentication for more secure and central access. Number 2, digital certificate must be include QR code or digital signature to prevent forgery. Number 3, student personal data, name, and email is encrypted in the database and can only be accessed by authorized parties. And last, the system must be equipped with a full audit log to record all activity of the admin committee and participant, minimizing potential misuse.
Okay, I will present to you the chapter 4, the discussion. First, based on the questionnaire result obtained from UNISA student, we can interpret several main needs regarding the PKKMB module. The most important expectation are: first, ease of access; second, transparency of information; and the third, administrative effectiveness. This is reflected in the high percentage of respondents who emphasize the importance of integration with the single sign-on or SSO, clear schedule, and the availability of digital features such as attendance and assignments. From the functional perspective, most students expect the system to support key activities such as: first, digital attendance, online assignment submission, and automatic certificate in issuance. This shows that students not only want the system to be an information platform, but also an official administrative tool that is well documented and reliable. From the non-functional side, there are three aspects stand out. First, usability. The interface should be simple and easy to understand, especially because new students are not yet familiar with the campus system. And second, performance. The system must be fast and stable, particularly during PKKMB days with thousands of participants accessing it at the same time. The third, security. Protecting personal data and validating digital certificates are crucial. Students expect certificates that cannot be falsified and can be verified officially. Therefore, the questionnaire results indicate that the PKKMB module design must focus on accessibility, reliability, and security, while also paying attention to user experience and academic information system standard. And next, proposed solution. To address these needs, the proposed solution in the development of a web-based PKKMB module integrated with UNESA Single Sign-On or SSO. With this integration, new students only need one account to access PKKMB service, which reduces access barriers and prevents data duplication. Functionally, the system will provide: the first, automatic student registration; and second, digital attendance using QR codes or online check-ins; the third, task and material management; the fourth, real-time notification via the SSO dashboard or email; the next, automated grading and evaluation; next, digital certificates with QR codes or verification; and exportable report for the committee and the university leader. And next, from the non-functional side, the focus will be on first, usability, simple and responsive interface. And second, reliability and performance, handling thousands of simulations users with backup and recovery features. And the third, portability, access via multiple devices and browsers. And the next, security, SSO-based authentication, encrypted data, and verified digital certificates. Okay, the next is benefits of the purpose system. The update this system brings benefit to all stakeholders. The first is for student. Easy access using only one account, centralized information, and a modern and structured orientation experience for staff, admins, and the second is for staff admins. More efficient administration through automated process and real-time monitoring while reducing manual errors. And the third, for the university, strengthened reputation as a modern digital campus, better data security, and more efficient decision making through accurate reports. And next is the impact of system implementation. The first is on student, they will enjoy easier access, streamlined participation, and less technical hassle. And the second is for admin or staff. Workload becomes lighter due to automation and real-time monitoring, leading to higher productivity. And the third, on the university, the system enhances its image as a technology-driven institution, improve centralized data management, and support long-term improvement in academic service. Okay, maybe that for me. I will give next for my friend. Thank you.
Hello everyone, welcome to the final part of our presentation. We will now dive into chapter 5, conclusion and recommendation, summarizing the entire analysis of the PKKMB model development. Let's start with conclusion. Let's start with our conclusion regarding the system requirement. The analysis comes from that integrating the PKKMB model with SSO NESA represents a crucial strategic step. The module provides essential functional features including single SSO login, digital attendance, centralized task management, and the issuance of verified digital certificate. The implementation of non-functional aspects such as usability, reliability, performance, portability, and security guarantees that the system will run dependably, securely, and stably despite high user volume. Overall, this digital solution yields a broad positive impacts from the student experience, process flow, and easy access. From panitia gain significant operational efficiency, and the university achieve system modernization and better data integrity. Uh, let's next to the suggestion. Based on this finding, we propose several key recommendations for successful implementation. Number one, best implementation. System development must be structured and conducted in steps, considering technical infrastructure readiness and relevant to user needs. Number two, system testing. Before full deployment, the university must execute limited functional trial. Jadi, uh, universitas ini harus melakukan uji coba fungsionalitas yang terbatas. Jadi untuk mendeteksi dan memperbaiki technical obstacle. Number three, user-centric design. The interface UI UX should be simple and intuitive for new student, and clear user guides are essential to minimize operational difficulty. For number four, data security guarantee. Security is critical priority, encompassing the protection of personal student data and ensuring the validity and integrity of digital certificate. Number 5, evaluation mechanism. The system should be equipped with a routine evaluation mechanism such as user satisfaction survey to measure success and drive continuous improvement. That concludes our presentation. Thank you for watching.